give him that diddy bop. Like take that, take that, take that, take that. I'ma put in work, I'ma do that ASAP. Throw my faith in rap, but it say don't say that, huh? What I'ma turn down for? I feel like Shaq in 9-4, breaking glass in that backboard. I like Kobe in Toronto, huh? Driving 81, yo, I dropped the 88. Ricky Bobby, sleeping on it, should've stayed awake, huh? Everybody make mistakes like VJs trying to say my name. It's Minio. Say it with me, Minio. Okay, great. 2 forks high, raise stakes. Risk it all, I take the hate. This the winning team. Get the Gatorade. My guy good, but he's not safe. Nah. They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. Only thing I fear is God and he on my side. That's the confidence I got, 'cause he got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. That's all you got. Come on with it. That's all you got. You can't stop me. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not an option. I'm my biggest problem. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not an option. You can't stop me. You're my biggest opponent. You know me, I know you, we know it. Whenever I fail, you always been there to simply remind me I've blown it. You don't see when I'm growing. You don't see where I'm going. You only see in the moment. You know my mistakes. You never let go it. Don't cease to amaze me, and it drive me crazy. That you catch every detail that I missed in the songs I'm making. Saying you will never write a verse like Kendrick. Never be the rapper I got from Hendrix. Top 10 alive. You will never be mentioned. Why aim so high? Won't survive the trenches. Plus, you a Christian, Andy. They will never listen, Andy. Plus, we a pigment, Andy. You don't got skill. You a gimmick, Andy. Well, if I listen to you and everything you put in my ear, I'll be living like woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'll be paralyzed by fear. Ain't that the truth? If I quit, the only way I lose. I got 2 choices when I do this: make moves or make excuses. If you know who I'm talking about, then you got me. My biggest enemy is me, and even I can't stop me. They try to shut us down and it ain't gon' slide. Only thing I fear is God and he on my side. That's the confidence I got, 'cause he got me. That's why I really feel like you can't stop me. That's all you got. Come on with it. That's all you got. You can't stop me. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not an option. I'm my biggest problem. You don't got the power. Shut me down. That's not an option. You can't stop me. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, can't stop. Oh no, won't stop. I said if I cannot stop me, then you'll never stop me. Oh no, you can't stop me.
I'ma turn down folk. I'ma turn down folk.
Hello and welcome, Sophomores. My name is Axel.
And my name is Jonathan.
And we are your hosts for tonight. We're excited to have you guys all here for Koinonia Sophomore Welcome Night. But first, we want to start this time off with some sophomore camaraderie.
That's right, many of you guys have probably finished up your core classes last year, but you know what that means. Upper division courses.
No.
So in a moment, light up the chat with which classes you are not looking forward to. All right, in 3, 2, 1, let us know. Axel, you're a sophomore. What classes are you not looking forward to?
Jonathan. Okay, I'm dreading it. Do you have any tips for me?
Bro, good luck, man. Just kidding. We actually did a webinar on this. You should check it out.
Oh yeah. Okay, but back on track. So before we get started with our program, we wanted to play a quick game we are calling the Sophomore Refresher.
Yep, this is how the game is gonna work. Axel and I are gonna give you 3 questions recapping important things you guys learned in your freshman year. You guys will then drop your answers in the chat, but fair warning, the answers to these questions will be subjective. So whatever you do, we would just like to ask you to please play nicely in the chat.
Yeah, we are all families and fellow Longhorns, so save the hate for when we play OU later this year.
And for all you sophomore transfers out there, take notes because these answers may be good things for you to know as you start your first semester here at UT.
Yeah, so for first refresher, many of you know this internal debate. It's a rivalry that existed on campus for many years. Almost all of you would have known it as a freshman. I know I did. So here it is. Which dining hall is better, J2 or Kins? Drop it in the chat.
Oh man, I gotta say though, this one is a no-brainer.
Really?
You?
Let's say it in count of 3.
Right.
1,
2, 3. Kins.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, no disrespect to all you J2 lovers out there, but come on.
Yeah.
Kins is just nicer, am I right?
Yep.
Okay, so the next question is more open-ended, but where would you guys say is the best study spot on campus? You got places like FAC, PCL, WCP, and even Chester East Laundry Room.
Really?
Yeah, let us know in the chat.
Chester East Laundry Room.
What, man? The sound of the washers helped me focus.
I think that's just you. Okay, whatever works for you. I think for me, it's gonna be the PCL. They have really nice computers open for students to use, quiet floors, collaborative spaces, and even room that you can reserve for studying with your friends.
Yeah, PCL is definitely a good option too.
All right, so for the last question is an important one because we all know how easy it is to get tired of dorm food. Where is the best place to eat off of campus? What do you guys think?
Man, this one is a hard one because there's so many good places to choose from.
Yeah, I know, right? But if you're considering location, quality, and quantity, I think there can only be one place.
I think you're right.
Don's
Japanese food truck.
Conveniently located behind the co-op while serving $5 a box. It's hard to beat.
So true. Well, hey, thanks for playing the Sophomore Refresher. I hope that helped you recall some important lessons you learned last year. And for all the transfers, I hope you learned something new.
Yep.
All right, Axel, do you want to tell our guests what Koinonia is all about?
Yeah. So we are a Christian fellowship, and we are a group that's all about community, fun, and the bigger things in life like meaning, purpose, and God. College is a special time for us to get an opportunity to figure out who we are and what our lives are about. So at Coin, we provide a space for all students to have those kinds of experiences and conversations.
Yeah, and so tonight it's all about welcoming you guys back to campus and giving you a taste of what our group is all about. Now we wanted to give you the rundown of what's coming up next.
All right, so first, we'll be showing a video of what Koinonia is all about.
And right after that, we'll have another one featuring our Koinonia sophomores and juniors. They're going to share about their past experiences from this past year.
Following that, Med Tibi, who is a mentor at Coin, will be giving a short talk.
And then, finally, we will end the night with some desserts on us. So if you haven't yet registered at the link below, we'll send you more information at the end. All right, guys, if you are ready, let's play those videos.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi. Are we recording something?
Yeah, didn't you get my email?
No.
Okay. Well, we wanted to show the incoming freshmen what fun, exciting, bam, pow. You don't have to repeat everything I say. Alright, well, yeah, things like that they can expect from college life. Do you have any stories like that?
Stories? I love stories. I have so many stories from freshman year.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Look at the camera and go ahead and tell some stories.
Alright, so I'm doing laundry for the first time with my roommate, but all the washing machines are full. So I'm like, hey girl, all the washing machines are full. And she's like, girl, just throw it out. And I'm like, girl, you so smart. Yeet!
Wait, did you just say eat?
Yeah?
What does that mean?
You just know.
Okay, anyway, so you were doing laundry?
Yeah. And I'm looking at the machine, and then I realize, I don't know how to do laundry! So I'm like, yo girl, how do you use this thing? And she's like, girl, just throw your clothes in, add some soap, then bam, close the door and push that button.
So, what happened?
I open it and I'm like, oh my gosh, all my shirts turned pink. I love pink! Laundry is so easy.
Okay, that's a cool story, I guess. How about a more dramatic story?
Drama? I love drama, especially Korean dramas. Like the one where they switch bodies, or the girl meets the guy in the army, or the one where she falls in love with a goblin.
Wait. Stories from your freshman year.
Oh. Well, anyways, this one day my friend of a friend of a friend was going beast mode for a final. He had all his books out, energy drinks, and everything. And his roommate comes in and was like, bro, you ready for the final? And he was like, bro, I was born ready. Ball? And his roommate was like, bet. So then they played till like 2 a.m. and the next morning he wakes up and he's like, oh shoot, I'm late. So he runs across campus and gets to the room, but then it's empty. And he's like, oh no.
So what happened?
It was the wrong classroom. He failed the class. Also, that wasn't my friend. That was me. But it's okay now. I'm good. I'm fine. It's good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, because C's get degrees, right?
Yeah, but it was an F, so...
Oh, okay. Okay, so what about like an unexpected story?
Oh, alright. So I was walking on campus this one time, right? And I see Matthew McConaughey on campus! So I run up to him and I'm like, oh my gosh, Matthew McConaughey, how's the football team this year?
Alright.
Wow, so you actually met Matthew McConaughey?
Nope. But that's how I imagine it would go if I did.
Okay, cool. So what about something that actually happened?
Okay. So it's the first week of school, right? And I'm nervous. And this random guy comes up to me and he's like, yo, wanna check out our new Sophomore Welcome Night? And I'm like, dude, I'm new! Dude, I'm a student! So I go in and meet these people and they're like really nice and we have fun, hang out, go on trips, but get this, we also go deep. You know, like we talk about life, like real deep stuff. And we're reading the Bible and talking about God and I'm like, what? Because it's actually like really relevant, you know? And this is high-key unexpected because I never thought that like God and these people would be such a big part of my life and now they're like family.
Wow, yeah. That's all we needed. I think that's a wrap.
Rap? I can rap. Give me a sick beat and I can lay down some fire bars. You wanna hear my album? It's on SoundCloud.
No, I mean we're done.
Oh, cool. Hi, Mom.
I think we're gonna need something else.
Hi, my name is Omar.
Hi, my name is Camille.
Hi, my name is Daniel.
My name is Sean.
My name is Tracy.
My name is Lawrence.
My name is Susan.
And we want to welcome you to Koinonia.
So we are a Christian group on campus.
And we have weekly Friday night meetings.
And we explore questions like,
who is God?
Who is Jesus?
What happens after I die?
And what is the meaning of life?
And what better way to do that than with friends?
And if you're already a Christian,
it's a place where you can grow in your faith,
be mentored,
and live our Christian life with others.
So what does koinonia mean?
Koinonia is the Greek word for fellowship.
We try to live life together.
we'll share a meal,
Go to each other's homes,
or go on awesome trips.
It's a home away from home where you can go close with one another
and build lifelong relationships.
We all come from different backgrounds with different stories.
College is the perfect time.
To explore.
To learn
and grow.
So welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to Koinonia.
We're glad you're here.
College, they say, is the best 4 years of your life. Freedom, independence, the world is your oyster. So freshman year, you move in, and it's a chance for new friends, new community. Join a group. Maybe too many groups. Find your place, finally get that college Insta look you've been aiming for. And it's a chance to make your name in academics. FRI, being Matthew McConaughey's personal apprentice, making moves in your classes. MBA, MPA, NBA? And then there's Austin. It's the live music capital of the world. If you're looking for an awesome, highly Instagrammable city with tacos as far as the eye can see, you made it. So you go out, try the food trucks, hit Zolker taking one of the most attractive cities in the nation. But then it's March and COVID hits. With one email from campus, everything changed. So we wanted to share some of our experiences.
Hi guys, my name is Lawrence. I'm a junior. One word I would use to describe my life during COVID would be isolated. So I went back to Houston during the summer with my parents, and I spent like the majority of my time in my room, killing time on the computer or whatnot.
One word I would use to describe how my life has changed during COVID would be different. For me, just living away from family and living by myself, taking Zoom classes has all been a different experience and a different lifestyle, and I would have never known that I'll be living in a pandemic during the year 2020. But here I am, and I'm just learning to adapt to those differences.
New normal. It seems at this point that masks and social distancing and virtual meetings are here to stay.
I would say COVID's been pretty isolating because I don't get to hang out with my friends very often.
I would say that life has been suffocating because it's hard not having the kind of social interaction that we're used to having, and it feels so isolating, and just people need to feel connected, and I feel that. And it's also been really difficult just seeing the same people in your family because conflicts arise,
COVID has made my life uncertain, and it's become almost impossible to plan for the future. We have no idea when a vaccine will become available to us, and planning around COVID is just a logistical nightmare as well.
I really had to adjust my life by not going outside as much to see friends, going grocery shopping very sparingly in order not to catch COVID.
Yeah, I've noticed I've been looking at my computer screen for way too long and way too often. But at the end, I'm very thankful that we have the technology to really stay connected with our families and friends, even though we cannot see them in person.
And I've had to adjust to the whole work from home thing. This summer I worked from home, and last semester was mostly online. And I don't like being at home all day, so I've definitely had to get used to that.
So COVID has definitely made all of our lives more difficult, and for me, staying at home, I have little privacy and independence, and with school starting up again, I won't exactly be in the best study environment, but I've come to realize that I can't change these things, and I've had to adjust by compromising with my family and also being more understanding.
Because of COVID, I've decided to take the school semester online, and because I can't really meet up with people easily, it's much harder to socialize. I spend much more time now talking with people on calls, now to have COVID-safe conversations. It's also been much harder to collaborate on projects remotely, and I've had to start figuring out the postal system and online collaboration tools to get past these obstacles.
I would say my relationship with God really helped me during these times though, because even though things were really chaotic and hectic, I knew that He was in control and that everything would be okay in the end.
My faith during these times has truly been my source of strength and comfort. For me, I've been trying, and I feel like I've been really trusting in God more by placing my future in His hands and not worrying too much, not being too anxious about the uncertainties and unknowns of the future, and just focusing on what I need to do on a daily basis and accomplishing things day by day.
With all the uncertainty of COVID, the only thing we can really be certain about is that God will always be there for us, and that we have to trust in His plans for us. When I place my trust in God during this time, I'm pretty much lifting the stress and burdens of the future off of my own shoulders.
COVID has actually helped me grow my relationship with God because it's forced me to sit down and think about what am I doing this for? What is my life about? And now that I have a break from everything else, then what's important to me? What makes me feel fulfilled? And that helped me realize that my relationship with God is the only thing that actually really fulfills.
My faith has definitely been a comfort for me during this time. It's always nice to know that I have people in Coin that are here to support me and that I can always talk to them about anything regarding my feelings or stressors or just whatever I'm going through.
My relationship with God has helped me through this time by just taking comfort in the fact that all things work for His purpose, and despite all the bad that has come out of this, I'm confident that there's going to be a lot of good that comes out of this virtual environment and COVID.
So the question that we're facing is, so now what? What do I do with this new post-COVID reality? How do I make sense of this? When our lives can be upended so drastically by something like this, it's unnerving to think about how to move forward. One thing is certain though, we're all experiencing this together. And so we hope that none of you go through this time alone, but we can make it through this topsy-turvy time together. So we invite you to our community here at Koinonia, where we can explore what God and the Bible have to say during a time like this. So welcome to Koinonia.
Hi everyone, welcome to Koinonia's Sophomore Welcome Night. I'm really glad you could join us tonight. As the class of 2023, you had one of the most unprecedented freshman experiences of any graduating class in recent history, thanks to the impact of COVID-19. For the past 6 months, this virus has been turning our world upside down, and it's against that backdrop that you're coming into your sophomore year. So tonight, I'd like to talk about an unexpected crisis from the very beginning of Jesus' ministry that I think is quite fitting for the start of your sophomore year. We pick up the story in John chapter 2, verse 1, and I'll read this for us. On the third day, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also was invited to the wedding with his disciples. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does this have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars there for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to the servants, "Fill the jars with water," and they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the feast." So they took it. When the master of the feast tasted the water now become wine, and did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Everyone serves the good wine first, and when people have drunk freely, then the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now." This, the first of his signs, Jesus did at Cana in Galilee, and manifested his glory, and his disciples believed in him. Well, the whole drama of this story is plainly stated. The wine ran out. The gospel writer is very careful to place this story at the beginning, and to emphasize this point because this is such a big part of the human condition. Things run out. We all experience this, don't we? Perhaps it's your patience with your roommate that ran out. After being stuck at home for 6 months, maybe you wished you could run out of the house and see some people. It might have been your motivation to study and work hard at school, or to find meaningful friendships that ran out. I remember at the end of my first semester at UT, the excitement of college had run out. I had really good grades, I had friends to hang out with, I liked my classes, but the satisfaction I'd had ran out. I had all the things that I thought would make for a happy and fulfilling college experience, but it had all slowly leaked away. I mean, maybe you can relate to that somewhere along the way freshman year. For everyone, our time on campus ran out when COVID-19 arrived in March. Across the country, PPE ran out, hand sanitizer ran out, toilet paper ran out. More soberingly though, hospital beds and ventilators ran out, and for many, their time ran out. A recent report cited that approximately 1 in 3 college students considered taking their own life in the month of July as lockdowns carried on in full force. For them, hope was running out. With all that has happened, it's only natural to wonder, what should you do now? How do you move forward in this strange new world that feels far less secure and certain than the world you knew just 6 months ago? How do you deal with a world in which the wine is continually running out? No one would have imagined 2020 would pan out like this. But sometimes it's in the midst of such storms that we're willing to consider what Jesus can do. The passage responds to this reality with another question. What if the wine didn't have to run out? In the last verse, the author notes that this is the first of Jesus' signs. This miracle was a great reversal of the problem of running out. By this sign, Jesus was beginning to announce to the world what he had come to do. Later on in John 10, verse 10, Jesus says, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." Jesus came to replace our experience of life, where things keep running out and just don't seem to satisfy for long, with a life of abundance instead. No more chasing experiences to try and satisfy our restless hearts. No more fearing when things are going to run out. It's highly symbolic that Jesus chooses to perform this miracle by using what the passage calls 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification. These jars stand as symbols of the way that the people of Israel dealt with the problem of sin, how they dealt with the shame, the guilt, and the dirtiness that stem from it. By choosing to use these jars for this miracle, Jesus is communicating to us what I think we all know experientially, that the ways we have for dealing with the brokenness in our world and in ourselves is inadequate. We try distraction. We try to make up for bad deeds with good deeds. We try to convince ourselves there's no problem. We try to stop thinking. We try to stop feeling. But nevertheless, we find that these solutions are inadequate. The guilt and the shame just don't seem to get fully washed away. You see, the biblical perspective is that our world has gone so horribly wrong because as humans, we have made the choice to usurp God's place in our lives, and we've cut ourselves off from Him. Like cutting a tree off at the root, we're untethering from the source of life, and slowly but surely, things run out and decay until things finally wither and die. Jesus came to reverse that, and He does so ultimately by dying on the cross and returning to life 3 days later. In so doing, He opens the way to this abundant life. With the red wine that replaces the old attempt at cleansing, Jesus evokes the imagery of His blood being shed that ultimately proves to be the only way we can truly be clean. Now, much more could be said about that, but for tonight, I'd like to simply leave you with an invitation. So remember the servants from the wedding? Jesus has them fetch water and fill these gigantic stone vessels, and finally take some of this water to the master of the feast. Remarkably, these servants don't simply dismiss Jesus out of hand, but they listened to and followed Jesus' words with an open mind. It's for that reason they got a front row seat to this miracle. Well, I would like to invite you to come and experience Jesus up close and personal, just like these servants. Come and hear His words with that same open mind. Come and see what He does. Come and see what it looks like to try and follow Him. My experience is that you won't regret it. My experience, and the experience of many others, is that as you come and see for yourself and ask all of your questions, you'll find that Jesus does bring abundant life, both now and into eternity. With your sophomore year, why not join us and come and see for yourself? If you're new to Christianity, come, bring all of your questions. We'd be happy to help you find answers. If you're Christian, come and join us as we study the Bible, develop lasting friendships, and share this abundant life with others. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My prayer is that you'll each get to taste this abundant life together with us. Enjoy the rest of the program, and I hope to get to see you soon in person.
Thank you, Matt, for that talk. We're now at the end of our program, but before you sign off, we have some important announcements you don't want to miss.
Yeah, so first, we're going to give you some info on different ways you can connect with us and receive your personalized welcome kit. Each person that signs up will get a personalized welcome kit with a handwritten letter from an alumni. And tomorrow, we are going to have a sophomore outing at Zilker Park where we will have COVID-safe activities to meet and bond with other people.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, so don't miss out. Just remember to bring your mask and to dress for the occasion. Also, many of us here at Koinonia go to the same church called Grace Point. If you're looking for a church or are interested in joining us for Sunday services, we would love to invite you guys. Our church will be right off of campus, 1 block away. Service will be at 3:15 p.m. this Sunday, both in person and streaming online. You can find more information at the link in the description below.
We'll also be having devotion groups and Bible studies for everyone, both in person and remote. So mark your interest in the form below. And we're offering Course 101, so here's a quick trailer to show you what it's like.
lastly, we want to thank you guys for joining us tonight. To top off our night, we're going to go out for some desserts in groups of 10. Dessert is on us, so if you haven't yet, please fill out the interest form and we'll be reaching out to you shortly to tell you where you can meet us. For those of you who are not in Austin, we are sorry you can't join us for desserts, but some of our mentors are hosting a time of fun and games right after this on Zoom. If you would like to join for that, check out the Zoom link in the description below.
All right, that's it everyone. We're at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us and we hope to see you guys at Koinonia. See ya.
See ya.